Well, racial tension in the U.S. has been aggravated again. A university professor from Connecticut received death threats after a controversial Facebook post. In it, he calls for an end to white supremacy using an expletive-laden version of the hashtag #LetThemDie. While his post was meant as a comment on the shooting of a Republican congressman which happened last week, the storm of anger was so intense that the college authorities had to temporarily shut down the campus. The professor fled the premises and has since issued a public apology. Well, the latest figures show that hate crime in America is skyrocketing. In at least 6 big U.S. cities, this type of crime clocked up a double-digit increase last year. RT's Caleb Maupin now looks at how racial tension is dividing American society.
Reports of hate crimes have been surging across U.S. headlines in recent months. The rise of racially motivated attacks has been a trend in the United States since the 2016 presidential election. New York City has seen a 24% rise in hate crimes, with 20% across the state. Cincinnati, Ohio has seen an increase of 38%, while Chicago has seen 20%. And all of this comes as both the press and politicians have reveled in race when it comes to picking a president.
90% of the black vote is 90% of what black vote?
Trump has stood up in front of largely white audiences and described black communities in such insulting and ignorant terms.
I love the signs behind me. Blacks for Trump. I like those signs.
One thing he does know is how to get angry white men to vote for him.
President Obama over the weekend delivering a roaring and deeply personal appeal to black voters.
At times, it seemed like the election was just all about race. We heard about minorities who felt threatened by Trump and angry white men who voted for him. But if you looked for such a narrative elsewhere, you'd struggle. France, Italy, and the Netherlands, for example, don't allow any collecting of statistics based on race or religion, and it doesn't play any role in politics. So are they right and America wrong? We decided to ask people's opinions on the street.
I think it's a great thing to get statistics on what people think about in the different countries. That way you can know what type of policies need to be developed.
I think they're stirring people up to put one against the other.
I believe that assuming someone's economic or social or political standings based on their race is definitely wrong.
I think it opens up a dialogue for people to start talking about what some of those issues might be.
To have some data to analyze, so you should collect statistics.
Their ethnic or religious affiliations has always been used as a kind of path to power in the United States in terms of politics. Republican and the Democratic Party really capitalize on divisions of all sorts, and they use this as a wedge to drive whatever the arguments are, whatever the political agenda is. Parties are really actively looking for that wedge issue in order to somehow steer the public away from the really common issues which are affecting all aspects of society.
As with any controversy related to race, it's quite apparent that Americans don't see eye to eye. Caleb Maupin, RT, New York.